What's up, everybody? We're back again. It's episode 310 of the Dad Bod Golf Pod. We're recording here live from Bunkers in Auburn. It's the first night of the Winter League 4-man scramble. We just played TPC San Antonio, the back nine.
Scottsboro.
Yeah. Scottsboro.
Home of the Waste Management Open.
Home of the Waste Management. We lit it up. I don't know if you can see our score in the back. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. It's Kyle and Ben. Before we get started, tonight's episode is brought to you by Bet Online, the #1 sports betting website in the country. Sign up today, get a 50% welcome bonus, 50. Give them $100, they're going to give you 50 back to play with. Ben loves to lose that 50 bonus in the online casino. I know you might be struggling with stuff to bet on now that the Super Bowl's over.
Yeah.
Football's over, but you got basketball every single night.
Hit that craps table.
Hey, baseball is right around the corner.
It is just around the corner. They're in spring training. Pitchers and catchers are reported, and then you got the players coming in this week, and then first game is like 7 days from now.
Probably could get some cricket action, rugby, whatever sport's going on right now. You can bet on it at Bet Online. All right, Ben, tonight was the first night of the Winter League here at Bunkers. I'm going to be honest, it exceeded my expectations as far as how fun it would be, playability, everything was fantastic.
Only took, that's the thing, 9 holes, 4-man scramble.
A little over an hour.
Yeah, but that was with us sticking around.
Yeah, we were
probably 45 minutes if the group beside us finished ahead of us.
Yeah, if we would have gotten here and we would have been boring and not had fun, we'd have probably got done in.
And they had a bogey.
Minutes.
We can't relate, but they had a bogey.
Yeah, so they hit more shots than us. No, but it was unbelievable. It really feels like a 4-man scramble.
Yeah.
It's not. We putted it out. You know, we've been talking about how we did auto putt. We putted everything out. The only thing was, I think we had 6-foot gimmies, but we only had one hole where our approach was within 6 feet. So we had to putt everything.
Yeah, we had to putt everything. And we literally left it on the edge, so it's not like we ran it 4 feet by and they gave it to us. I think I got this putting thing figured out on this thing.
Oh, I think we got it. I may love putting. I actually may love putting.
We were cussing it before. We were talking about this is going to set. You know what may set us apart? Us being able to putt. I mean, Kyle and I, we've tried it before. It's not done right. We've kind of figured out a formula. I'm not going to say it because other teams will figure it out. We've kind of got a formula. But the one thing that he and I have is we hit our putts online. And it gives you like an imaginary line to hit, and we hit it every time. So it's just whether it's going to be short or long.
Yeah.
We got to judge the distance. So it is not. If you don't hit your lines, this is not the game for you. I can promise you that.
So we played the back nine at TPC Scottsdale.
Scottsdale.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm getting San Antonio in my head. We shot 9.
Don't even know there's a tournament in San Antonio.
We shot 9 under. We shot 9 under
right there
in 9 holes, 27 with 2 eagles.
Yes.
That's
those double circles.
The cool is we drove 17, the short par 4, and made the putt.
I drove 17.
Yeah, Ben drove it. I drove it. We had 3 out of the 4 drive it.
Yes.
It was awesome.
It's phenomenal. I mean, it doesn't look the same as it does with the stadium. I wish they would change that on the game. Software people, if you're listening, put the stadium seating in because on 16, I birdied it by myself. We didn't have a ball on the green. Able to put it on the edge, 20-foot putt, made it.
He'd have been rained on with beer. And then like software folks, Tiger, if you're listening, it's the full swing.
Yeah.
It's the full. So Tiger, if you're listening, put the graphic in there where if you make birdie on 16, you get beer thrown at you.
Yes. I mean, that was.
Put a naked guy rushing and jumping into the bunker, like all of it. We got to have the full experience.
Yeah, we need the full experience. We need people sliding down the hills, drunk, people getting kicked out, all that kind of stuff. That was another show, but still, we needed that.
Here's another cheat code we had. Ben, we had 2 lefties on our team.
Oh.
And I feel like everything a left-hander does is just way more beautiful than anything.
Shoot a basketball, swing a golf club, swing a bat in baseball.
Both of them could absolutely destroy the golf ball.
They can hammer a ball.
They could destroy the golf ball, which helped us out a lot.
Put it this way, on 17 that Kyle's talking about that we drove, I hit driver. One of our lefties hit hybrid.
Yeah.
And he got to the green.
And the other hit 3-wood completely through the green.
Yeah, through the green.
Luckily, I hit a 3-wood, a little high, million-mile-high hook to about 15 feet. But still, if you ever get in a scramble, it doesn't even matter if they're good. Just get a left-hander.
It just makes you feel good about yourself.
They look so. Everything they do is just so beautiful.
Yes, it's awesome. We had a big time. They kind of figured out the putting too. If there's one thing that concerns me, the wedge play. It's been pretty good for me and Kyle when we were up here. And
Wedges
then
are tough.
We got up here and we had a shot that was 40-something yards. I thought I barely hit it and it went 55. Kyle came up short. He hit his like right at 30 yards. I mean, we ended up making the putt, but still, it was.
It takes some getting used to.
It does.
But
if
overall,
you got good feel with your wedges, you will rule this game.
But overall, like even the putting, when you miss it a little bit low, like it always misses a little. You got to hit that line dead center. I mean, it's. I don't know. I had no expectations, I guess, and it completely exceeded every. Like it was.
I didn't know we had not scrambled. We just
No,
gone
we've
here
never
and
done
played
that.
stroke place. I was like, how is this going to work? Well, there's a thing in the computer that says scramble. They set it up for you when you get here. If you're, I mean, now we know how to do it, but if you haven't done this before, they'll set it up for you. And I mean, it does like a traditional scramble's supposed to do. If you hit the longest drive, you're going to be the first one to be able to hit. They want the person whose shot you're taking to be first to hit, and then they start divvying it up. So that's the way it's supposed to be done in a real scramble. Nobody ever does that in a real scramble. Everybody's like, they have their order where they're like, hey, Kyle, you're first every time.
Yeah.
Like, that's the luck. You can't do that here. So be prepared for that. But food was great. Chef Joey, man.
We'll talk about the food in just a second.
Okay.
We'll talk about the food in just a second. But one other thing that's
Ultra's great.
The Ultra's great, and it's unlimited. The one thing that's even cooler about this night, about this is every par 3, you set your phone up to record.
Oh,
every
yes.
par 3, a hole-in-one is $1,000.
Long drive also pays something. We didn't get that because I looked at the guys next to us, say how drove us.
Yeah.
But $1,000.
$1,000 for a hole-in-one. We're gonna get one.
We got to get one before it's because even today, you play on the scramble, you play from the white tees. And
So it's like 6,200 yards, something like that. So there was one par 3 that was like 120, and then the other one was what, like 140, something like that. So they're probably all going to be in that range. So there's going to be some dunks.
16 was the 120. The one before that was the 140.
Yeah.
Which I hit a 9-iron. If it cuts, my cut left me. Any other time, if it cuts, we're almost.
If you
going.
didn't miss it, it would have gone in.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
No, but $1,000. So we're going to video those. We're going to put those up because if we were to happen to hit one of those, we will tear this place apart. I will break everything in here. No, I won't because I love this place, but I will.
They will kick us out.
I will go nuts. We may get banned. We may lose our deal if one of us hits a hole-in-one.
Yeah, it will be for me. It'd be my first one ever. Period.
It won't
Even
count.
on a sim.
We'll count it too. We'll count it. You don't even have to say. You can even say. I won't even make you say it was on a simulator.
I'll say it's on a simulator.
You just say, hey, if it's next week at Pebble Beach, you just say I hit a hole-in-one.
No, we had this discussion. You have to say it's on a simulator.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to make you say it because I'm not going to say it.
I got to say it, and the reason being is because I'm going to show the video to every person I know.
Exactly.
So you're going to know that it was on a simulator.
Exactly. All right. So I could talk. We could keep going on. We could go hole by hole, shot by shot. But there was a big golf tournament this weekend, an elevated event, the Genesis.
With a cut, stupid.
Yeah, an elevated event with the cut, which I kind of thought that was the whole point, was everybody gets paid. But they only took like the top 50, I saw.
Top 50 and within 10 shots.
And there was 80 total, so very much like Augusta, I guess.
Yep.
There was like 80-ish golfers, couple of exemptions. But the Genesis, is it an invitational?
Yeah, it's Tiger's Invitational.
Yeah. Tiger hosted the event.
Because he invited himself.
Yeah, he gave himself a sponsorship exemption, which is very generous of himself to give himself that.
That's why Charlie Hoffman didn't get in. But he ended up qualifying by the tournament before in the waste management. So he was able to get himself in. But he reached out to Tiger, those of you that heard the story, and said, hey, is there a spot for me? And Tiger goes, nope, I'm taking it.
Yeah, exactly. So luckily Charlie Hoffman got to play by winning, or not winning, but almost winning the week before. But no, the story of the weekend was not even the golf.
No.
Which blows me away.
And it was Tiger involved, but not necessarily Tiger either.
Yeah, it was everybody. It was everybody. So couple of big storylines, but I think the biggest one is that everybody seemed to get a similar illness.
Yes.
And we don't know quite yet if it was
Flu-like symptoms.
Flu-like symptoms or if it was food poisoning, because it seemed like everybody was kind of having the same issue.
Yep.
Tom Kim almost misses his tee time because he's
in the toilet.
He's blowing it up.
Yeah.
Up until like 2 minutes before his tee time. Tiger withdraws.
Yep.
And I've seen this look that he had on his face. I've had that look before. A cart goes out and gets him and is running him off the court, and he's got that grimace. You know that face, like, oh dear, something's about to happen.
You think he shat his pants?
I don't want to say it because I love Tiger, but
I think he did.
There may be a skid. He may have made.
There may be an extra stripe on that Tiger.
He may have made a skid. Yeah, exactly. But the big joke was, so In and Out. Obviously, the Riviera is in Los Angeles. In and Out burger is a big deal out there. Everybody says it's the greatest thing ever, and it is good. But they were big whole sponsors.
Okay.
It's a burger. Like, it's Five Guys.
Yeah.
The same thing.
I mean,
but all of them are getting burgers and stuff. I don't know after what hole it was, but maybe after the front 9, who knows? But they're all getting these burgers.
Well, it was the Pro-Am, wasn't it? They were doing this. It wasn't the first round.
All week, I thought.
No, they didn't eat during the round.
So it's just the Pro-Am.
Yeah, it's Pro-Am.
Tiger, that would make sense.
Tiger, not a pickle guy.
Well, not many of us are.
But I mean, Tiger's sick. Jordan Spieth sick. Led to his probably not signing the scorecard correctly, because
we'll talk about that in a minute too.
Xander said he had to run out to go to the bathroom.
Tom Kim,
who almost didn't make his tee. Like, literally, guys are practicing their putting, and they didn't know what was going on. He goes running through the green, and they're all staring at him like, what are you doing? Like, they're all getting prepared. But he didn't care. He wanted to make his tee time, so, I mean, he ran and went through there. There were a couple other guys that talked about how they didn't feel well. Even Xander, when he was talking about Jordan, said, I've been a little queasy myself, but, don't know what it is. So there's the meme of the In-N-Out Burger Boy that, after serving Tiger, standing over there and basically is side-eyeing him like this, and everybody's like, there's your culprit. That's the guy that did it.
That's the guy that did it.
Like, poor guy. I mean, the guy's probably getting hate mail because probably getting just trashed online. I haven't seen where they posted his name or whatever, but seriously, it did look kind of sketchy. But yeah, when Tiger was getting ready to eat, that kid's like looking at him like a side eye, like he's about to do it. He's going to do it.
He's going to eat it. He's
going to eat it.
No, but I mean, that seemed to be the Tiger withdrawal. That was obviously a letdown. He actually wasn't even playing that bad. He was 1 over through the first round, and then he had an eagle putt. The round he withdrew, the first hole they played, he had an eagle putt.
Yeah.
And he ended up birdieing, and then he had 2 bogeys, and he withdrew after the second bogey, so that would have put him 2 over overall.
He withdrew on 5, I think, is what they said.
Yeah, the 5th hole. So it wasn't like he was playing terrible. He did talk about his back spasming, which is concerning.
That was on day 1, though. He didn't mention that in day 2.
That was on day 1. He cold shanked one on 18.
Hey, kudos to him, too, by the way, because nobody wanted to say it in the press room. And Tiger stepped up and said,
oh, yeah,
I shanked it.
Yeah.
It's all right. You can say it.
So
he presented Hosel first.
This is
how I will refer to every shank from here on out. Kyle goes, what happens there? I presented Hosel first.
Exactly. I presented the Hosel first. Or I presented the toe first, or whatever.
Yeah.
However it goes. But no, I don't know. Should we be concerned?
Yes. Like, with the spasms on Thursday, by the time he got to 18, this is what we were talking about. Competition rounds and tiring out.
I don't want to think about it.
He did the Pro-Am the day before, which he was fine in. Gets to 18 on Thursday, and that's when he starts getting weak, and even said he blamed the spasms as well as him being fatigued on the shank. Said, I didn't get through it, presented Hosel first, blah, blah, blah. And then he may have had some stomach issues carried over from Wednesday afternoon that caused the fatigue. I don't know. But
so let me ask you this.
Him saying spasms already, And that, I guess I got to get used to it. I guess that limp is there forever.
Let me ask you this. If he's 2 under, does he withdraw?
No.
You don't think so? So you just think he's lying, bald-faced lying?
I don't know that he's lying. I think it gave him a good excuse where he kind of knew where it was going. He knows his body better than anybody. I mean, we've talked about that. I mean, with all the friggin' surgeries he's had and the ailments he's had and what he puts into his body and how he takes care of himself. I mean, surely the reason he called it quits because he just knew he wasn't going to finish, and he knew he probably was headed backwards as far as score. I know, like Kyle said, he had a decent round going and probably could have made the cut. I don't know that he would have been worth a damn come Sunday. I think he is.
That would be a shame, man.
He can't. I mean, he said he's had to start swimming and biking. He can't run like he used to.
Yeah.
So he's got to be able to get back in conditional shape to last 4 rounds, because we talk about how he and Charlie made it through the PNC. That's not mental fatigue. That's not physical fatigue. That's he and his buddies having a jolly old time. Course played shorter. They're taking carts between holes during that time. So even the one day it was raining, they drove carts on that PNC. So yeah, for him to be able to walk 18 4 times, well, 5 times, because he's always going to be asked to play in a Pro-Am.
Yeah.
And some sponsor's going to pay major money to have him play in the Pro-Am. And he's got his practice round, which he may not walk a full 18, but let's just say 18 5 times and another 9 is probably what he's walking.
Yeah.
And he clearly doesn't seem like he can do it. So I don't spend more time on the bike, Tiger. I don't know. Spend more time in the pool, do a little bit more swimming, get that condition up, because we want to see in Augusta, but clearly it's going to be tough for you just to get through a cut right now physically. I don't think it's his golf game. I think, hell, he's still striping the ball 298, 305.
I'm going to take it as he was really sick. I'm going to believe he was really sick. And the reason is like I said, I've seen that face before.
If he's 200, though, do you get that face?
You can't stop that face. Like, you can't stop that feeling. No matter how many birdies you have, when it's coming.
He poo-pooed his pants, didn't he?
He might.
He did.
He might have. That's what I'm going to choose to believe, which is awful.
I will say this. The one thing that I noticed in the whole Tiger round, the caddy relationship he had. I don't know that caddy. That caddy's been in it a while. That just sounded like somebody broke their driver.
That was a smash.
Oh.
Yeah.
But there was not a lot of talking. I did see where there are a couple of times where he needed a read from his caddy. So he made the putt, and he went over and fist bumped him. He said, "Nice read." So, I mean, you had that going, but I honestly thought when he came back, Joey would leave Cantlay and come back to Tiger.
Yeah.
LaCava was constantly at his house helping him do warm-ups and all that up until the Ryder Cup last year, where he jumped on Cantlay's back.
One requirement for Tiger's caddy apparently is you have to be a unit.
Yes, everybody he's got could double as security as well.
That's new,
and that's a good thing, because the security dude that was next to him, the short fella that was still in the Nike gear, apparently his security detail still is with Nike. I don't think he could take anybody. He must have been packing heat, because I think that I could have took him.
Yeah.
Short, little chubby, kind of like me. I think he and I could have gone hand in, like, round to round. But his caddies, I mean, everyone he's had has been 6'4", 6'5".
Except for Fluff. That may be why he fired Fluff.
Fluff couldn't handle it. He could throw hands.
Fluff couldn't handle it in the parking lot. He didn't want the heat.
Fluff couldn't give him the business if somebody confronted him. So,
but Fluff did have the greatest wind detector of all time. Is whenever
with a cigarette,
he'd light up a dart.
I don't think they can let you. I don't think they let you do that anymore.
I don't think you can. That might be cheating. No, but
the Fluff rule.
So we got the Players, I guess, is the next elevated event.
That he would be, yeah.
Is the Players the next elevated event?
Does he get an exam? We got to check on that. Well, him being a former champion,
possibly.
Yeah, but there's a time limit on it.
Yeah.
So
and his last one was 13.
Yeah, he may not be able to play in that.
We'll see. We'll see on that one. But yeah. So a little bit.
A sponsor will give him an exemption.
You can't get it. I don't think there are sponsors exemptions to Sawgrass, is there?
I don't know.
I think past champions. We'll see. I think past champions.
By the way, there shouldn't be an exemption to any elevated event. The
Oh,
previous
yeah.
one that they had, where they let the
That's
number
the good old boy network.
250th person in, and then they end up winning money and get world points as well as PGA, like FedEx point. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And then this past, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was Tiger's tournament. We knew he was going to play, but clearly he ain't one of the best golfers out there. I mean, he would have been invited anyway just because he moves the needle. He is the needle, and it's in LA. And this was his comeback. This is the tournament he got hurt at a couple of years ago driving to the course when he was shooting video the week prior. So I get it, but yeah, the whole exemption thing with elevated events, that's BS, man. I don't like that at all.
No, I think that's pretty silly. Hideki Matsuyama goes nuts on Sunday, shoots 9 under. Started out with 3 bogeys on the front. I mean, 3 birdies on the front. Started out with 3 birdies on the back.
Yep.
And then had 3 more birdies.
Yep.
To close it out. It was unreal. And the best thing about it is he was behind the field, so like he was not in the last group.
No.
So there's photos of his caddy sitting on the tee box of 1,
Yes.
watching the green on 18.
Yes.
Ripping the vape, like nervously.
And I got to be honest with you, I don't know what was in that vape, but the
Be careful.
selfies afterwards,
They
He
just
looked-
won.
he looked pretty housed.
Come on, man.
We're
They
talking
just
about
won.
we're talking about the same guy that took the bow at Augusta. He
Is it
was
the
not
same guy?
he was not bowing at this, buddy.
No, he was.
Let's just say his
was
flag was
partying.
flying high. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's LA, man. Live it up. Live it up. All right. When we come back, I'm gonna get mad.
Why?
I'm gonna get really mad, and I'm gonna tell you why when I get back. But before we come back, I want to give a shout out to Bad Birdie Golf Apparel. Ben's got the pullover on. We talk about the pullovers. Use coupon code DADS15, DADS15. Take 15% off every single order.
Yep.
Polos. It's getting warmer, guys, and they're gonna have just outrageous polos, outrageous prints. Polos, pullovers, hats, everything. Show them some love. All the employees here wear Bad Birdie, which
Yes.
I think is super cool.
That is pretty neat.
Yeah, so check them out, badbirdie.golfapparel.com or something like
Get that discount.
Use
Get
that
the app.
15.
If you sign up for the app, they give you an extra 15, and you can double down on your percentages off. If you don't
Yeah.
have the app yet, put the app on your phone, get another 15% off.
Use coupon code DADS15, save big. All right,
Dad's 15.
Ben, you know one thing that makes me more mad than anything besides Blake Brewer with his shirt off is
Oh, I enjoy that.
he's in the audience listening. But no, the one thing that makes me more mad than anything is stupid golf rules.
Oh, this Kyle and I
Okay, I am furious at this. Okay,
have a
number
couple
one.
of different feelings on this, by the way.
Number one, okay, Jordan Spieth gets DQ'd for signing an incorrect scorecard. Okay, few things. Number one, he was probably about to crap his brains out,
Yep.
hurrying to get to the bathroom because y'all fed him in and out garbage all at this tournament. That's number one. Number two, he's playing incredible. He's playing
Yeah.
good. Had a good shot to probably, at least contend.
He could have pulled a Hideki.
Yeah. And number three, you have electronic scores. You have people walking, counting your shots. You have officials almost hole by hole. And we are not a stroke penalty. We're not talking about, hey, we're going to give you a 2-shot penalty. We are going to kick you out of the damn event because you signed an incorrect scorecard that we already knew what the score was.
Yes.
That is so, you want to talk about why people get frustrated with the PGA Tour, this is it.
Old man golf.
Oh, it's so,
Yeah,
they talk about tradition and all this garbage. It's so aggravating.
So here's the thing. I told Kyle, I said, I got a couple
All
of
right,
things.
a little bit of technical difficulties. Start back over at the Jordan Spieth thing. Getting DQ'd over signing an incorrect scorecard is antiquated. It's ridiculous. Y'all fed him a bunch of garbage. You made him sick.
Oh,
Dude's
yeah.
about to crap his pants. You got him to sign the card and get out of there. Y'all had a walking score with him the whole time. Absolute joke.
We all know what his score is
Yes.
before he ever steps foot in that tent. It is literally live scoring. I mean, the PGA Tour app, as slow as it is, has the score updated before he ever walks in the scorer's tent. And yet, y'all DQ'd him. Now, did he, not necessarily, I don't even want to say sign an incorrect scorecard. I told Kyle, I said, I get it. He wrote the wrong score down. He had a bogey on a par 3.
But he's not pencil whipping.
No, he's not.
He's not like a racing. He's not like a racing or trying to jimmy a 3 into an 8, or he's not trying to cheat. Like he just whatever happened. I don't know what could have happened.
No cheaters trying to cheat.
I know. You know, I'm saying like he's not, but that's not what's happening.
No. And you know, I told you, I said I get that he wrote down the wrong score.
God,
However,
it makes me so mad.
Somebody should have said. Here's the thing. I blame everybody involved in this, by the way. I blame his playing partner because they're supposed to be checking each other's scores. Now, I know that they shouldn't have to be responsible for keeping up with the other guy's score, which is always odd to me that they switch cards to check because it's like, I don't know what you had, so I don't know what they're looking at. But his caddy, the official friggin' score in there that has everything in front of him.
Someone
like the official score could have said, "This is not right." Before you leave,
we hire somebody. Like,
yeah,
they're either a volunteer or they're paid to literally walk and count your shots.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
It's dumb, and the reason it's dumb too is because in a situation like this is Jordan Spieth. He's in contention, by the way. This is World Cup points or World ranking points on the line.
Yeah, he's out. Nothing.
FedEx points on the line,
Money?
doubled, by the way. Automatic money because he's going to make the cut.
Ben doesn't feel sorry for him though because he's too rich. Apparently, like people can get.
Yeah, he's got plenty of money.
People can be too rich for Ben, where he doesn't care anymore.
You can be too rich, and I have an issue with it. I'm sorry.
No, I don't. Make all the money you want to make.
I'm okay with you making all the money you want to make. Don't cry. Don't cry. Woe is me when something bad happens.
What's that line? Like, what's that number? Anything over $1 million?
No, but when you get up into like career earnings like $50-something million, I don't feel sorry for him.
What if you played for like 20 years?
I feel bad for the guy that played 20 years and only has $1 million in the bank. I feel bad for that guy.
That would be 20 years making $2 million a year. That's $40 million.
Yeah, I still wouldn't feel bad for him.
Ben's a socialist.
Yeah, no doubt. Don't cry for me. I mean, seriously. And so, but it really hurts the game. This old rule for these old guys that won't change it. That's the thing is, it's like somebody said the other day. One of the talking heads, or it may have been Brandel that said it, which is unlike him. Golf has got to start evolving.
Seriously.
And you know, you've seen it. You can make fun of Liv all you want. You can make fun of the 16th at TPC Scottsdale all you want. Not San Antonio, but Scottsdale. But that's the fun part of golf. That's the music play. I'm not saying you need to go to that extreme, but something like this, archaic as it is, you know, it's odd because you still can't move your ball out of a divot, which is absolutely stupid because they got the same rule that says you can get a free drop on an embedded ball. Well, when it's in a divot, it's technically below the Earth's surface. So that, I would claim it's embedded. Every time I hit the divot, that ball's embedded.
Do we know if Liv are signing scorecards? Is there a scorer's tent at a Liv event?
That's a good question.
We need to do that. That's your job for next week. You got 1 week to find out.
To find out if they sign
if there's a scoring tent at Liv. And if there's not, I quit the PGA Tour completely. I'm already mad at the PGA. I'm mad at the PGA Tour about this. There's something else I'm mad about. I'm going to talk to you about in just a second.
I told Kyle, you know, when it comes to scorecard, the scorecard should be nostalgic purposes. Sign it, give it to a kid for an autograph, like they sign gloves, like they sign
nothing serious
hats. You know, but you know, or if they shoot a 59, they keep it and hang it up in their office or something. But this whole, you got to sign it and leave it with the quote unquote the guy that's friggin' named the official scorer. Like,
it
you know
says
what?
It on his shirt.
Fire his ass.
Seriously.
If Jordan's got to be disqualified, then that dude screwed up too. Fire him.
Exactly. I love it. Get fired up. All right. Another thing I'm upset about the PGA Tour, Ben. I think we got
really mad.
Ben, we got snubbed. You know what I'm talking about?
How did we get snubbed?
You and I got snubbed. So apparently there's this YouTube golfer play-in event. Have you seen this?
Saw this.
So these YouTube golfers, now granted they're way better than us, but still, like, you got these social influencers.
Peep the numbers.
Bet
9 under.
Yeah.
Peep the numbers.
They don't want none of that 9 under in 9 holes, but no. So they're actually having a YouTuber golf event.
Yeah.
Play in to an actual. It's an actual PGA event. Is
I'm
it not?
curious how this takes place because some of our YouTube brethren, Bobby Fairways,
I don't think he's playing in
Fat
it.
Perez.
Fat Perez is playing in
Fat
it.
Perez playing in it.
Hey, this is an interesting name on that.
Four play guys are playing in it, aren't they?
Rappaport.
Rappaport's playing in it.
Yeah.
So here's what's odd. Like, trust me, they do play stroke play, but like they've actually done interviews. Most of the time they scramble, so they haven't played an actual stroke play event.
Now, a couple of guys like Grant Horvat and
Horvat's a good golfer.
a couple of guys like that, like they've played in some qualifiers and things like that. Like
And the trick shot guy,
mini tour events.
he's playing
yeah.
in it. Yeah.
Here's an interesting name that I saw on the list. I wonder if you saw it. He's got a golf bag up there.
Keith Jones.
No, Turk Pettit.
Turk Pettit's
It's
playing.
on the list, which is interesting because
Is he a YouTuber?
he was he was on the very first Live roster. So he was on.
I wonder how
he was
many
a
other live guys.
national champion collegiate golfer.
Is
He
that
was-
how he's getting in?
I don't know. He was he was the one on the very first Live roster, their season 1. He's going to be in this. Like he's got to be the favorite, right?
Oh yeah, because he's been playing organized golf for the last year and a half, 2 years.
So,
Well,
what-
more than that when you go back to his college days. But I mean, he was on tour a little bit. He went lives. He's on live a little bit
Yeah.
all year last year. There were only a couple of tournaments he didn't play in. So, yeah, he's got to be the favorite.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to watch. I don't know if they're going to put it. I mean, surely they'll put it on YouTube.
I mean,
right?
let's
Since
call
it's
it what it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of those guys are really good.
desperation.
Like he talked about, like Orvat can play. However, this is a whole different ball game when you get in tournament play,
Yeah.
as opposed to what you're doing on your YouTube channel.
Exactly.
You get mulligans on the YouTube channel. All right, what y'all don't see that we are able to edit and able to do, they're able to do that too. I mean, Tiger outdrove the foreplay guys from his knees. I mean, come on, man.
One of them.
Yeah, but
Riggs got the driver yips.
yeah, but he didn't have the driver yips on that one. He actually he
had to go.
pounded that one.
Yeah.
So,
It's interesting. It's Liv was first to incorporate influencers,
yeah.
like legitimately get them involved. And now the PGA Tour is doing essentially an influencer tournament.
An invite tournament.
Yeah. So a play-in, which will be I'll watch it. You know.
Oh, I'll watch it
Yeah, it'll
because
be
we
fun.
know the guys that are on there. So
Yeah.
I mean, also, I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting to see when they're not scrambling. Hey, Kyle and I, 9 under scrambling. We're pretty damn good too when we scramble.
Yeah. Let's see how it is.
However,
when it's
if you stuck me out there at 7,400 yards from the tips,
ball in the hole.
yeah, ball and hole, and no moving it in the fairways.
Yeah,
and
playing it down.
Yeah, playing everything. Like, hey, I tell people that all the time. I said that when everybody goes, oh, well, I'm such and such handicap. I'm like, do you put it out? Do you roll it in the fairway? Do you take mulligans on out of bound balls and that kind of stuff? That all ends this coming weekend whenever they tee it up, the YouTube guys. So I'll be interested to see if we see some 89s,
Yeah.
some 90s.
They'll be getting a little bit of ribbing. That's
Yeah.
pressure, man, because like you said,
Oh, the expectations. Listen, Fat Perez, I've watched a lot of his shots. Guy can putt. Guy's got great hands. But a lot of the shots that they show him going in to the green, he's 135 out. Now he's going to be playing from 72 plus 100 yards.
Yeah.
Ain't going to be a lot of 9-irons into the greens
No,
from
no,
stuff
no,
like that. So I'll be interested to see.
He's
I'll be interested to see how they have the course set up.
sure.
But if it is, like he just said, Turk Pettit, if they got it set up at 6,900 yards, he's about to put
He's gonna
up
light
a
it up.
number.
Yeah. Put the money on Turk Pettit.
Yeah.
Put the money on Turk Pettit. But I think that's probably it for the golf section. We got a quick interview with Haley from Adams Beverage, which she's way better looking than Ben. So You're gonna enjoy that. She's gonna talk about some of the specials that they're gonna be running with Michelob Ultra throughout this whole 6 weeks.
She doesn't have the dad bod.
She doesn't, and that's why I think they'll like her.
I mean, that's why she doesn't fit in on this particular. I mean, look at what you're working with here, ladies.
Yeah, exactly. he's got the sex appeal. So
I do have a hot wife, by the way.
Yeah, we're gonna kick it. We're gonna kick it to her, and then we'll wrap it up. So, Haley with Adams Beverages. Hey, we're back with Haley from Adams Beverages here at Bunkers. It's the Winter League, and they have partnered with Bunkers to give away awesome prizes all 6 weeks of this competition. Beer samples, beer specials, all kind of stuff. Haley, give us a little bit more details about everything that's going to be going on over the next 6 weeks.
Absolutely. Okay, so we are so excited to be partnering with Bunkers. I'm with Adams Beverages, but our sponsor for the tournament is going to be Michelob Ultra. Obviously, as you can see with all of our wonderful Michelob Ultra swag and things we have going on. But just a little bit about what we're doing personally to kind of help with the tournament, kind of raise some awareness for it. We have a 6-week-long raffle that's going to be happening. You don't even have to be part of the tournament to participate in the raffle. We will be raffling off a Michelob Ultra custom golf bag. This is for the ladies out there, but we have a Michelob Ultra Stanley Cup that's going to be raffled off at the end of week 6. We have hats and golf balls. We have all kinds of things that's going to be great. Some beer specials that we have going on. It's $18 Michelob Ultra buckets. We will also have Michelob Ultra on draft. We have some fun glassware that we're going to be giving away. We will also be here every Monday from 6 to 8 with some of our Michelob Ultra ambassadors. So you can spin to win some really, really cool, unique prizes on that as well.
That's awesome. I got my eye on that bag right there. So I'm definitely going to be aiming for that one. But we just got finished with our first round. Haley's going to be here every week. She says anyway, we'll see.
Every Monday.
Every Monday.
Every Monday.
Yeah,
and we
right.
might have some special guests coming for the podcast as well.
Yes, looking forward to that. So yeah, you better get here because the beer, she promises it won't run out, but we can't make any promises. So
It won't run out, and if it does, the warehouse is right down the road. We'll just grab some more.
There you go. So again, Bunkers, Michelob Ultra, partnering with the Winter League here. We had a pretty good round, and you just heard about it. So we really appreciate it. Thanks for listening.
Cheers.
So that was Haley with Adams Beverage, Michelob Ultra Light, sponsoring this whole deal, all 6 weeks. Raffles, there's like a 6-week-long raffle, all kind of prizes.
She's getting us some gear, by the way.
Yeah, we're gonna have some pretty nice swag.
Told her we still gotta rep our Bunkers hats.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm kind of got my eyes on this golf bag back here. You could win it if you were a part of this raffle. You don't have to even be.
Or I could win it.
You don't have to be even signed up for a team. You can just come show up and partake in the raffle every Monday night, starting at 5:30.
And listen, on Monday nights, I think I have to refer to it as samples of beer. It's free. Whatever it is free. All right.
A lot of samples.
Between 6 and 8, and you see our samples, along with a few pictures that have Mick Ultra on them as well. That's the thing, is it's brought to you by Mick Ultra and Adams Beverage, so we appreciate them helping us out.
Yeah.
But they have what they call a prize wheel. So they have a bunch of stuff laid out, and you get to spin that once, and you will win something if you come up here. So
you're gonna win something. Balls, koozies.
They had head covers up there.
Stanley mugs for
They
the
had
wife.
a very cool tote cooler that you could take with you.
Yeah.
That was very good. Golf towels.
And then if you can't play, if you don't have a team, come up and watch us.
Yeah.
Food's unbelievable. We had Thai chili wings tonight. Chicken salad wrap.
That's new, by the way. The chicken salad wrap is brand new. He just made it today, so it was phenomenal. It was great.
Then we always get a boatload of French fries.
The
Because
fries,
they're
by
spectacular.
far, they are. They shred Parmesan on top of them, so it's not like coated in Parmesan.
Flavor.
But just enough to give
taste.
you a little flake
taste.
of it. It's phenomenal.
Absolutely.
And the beer, of course, you can get that while you're up here. And just come play. Hey, I have been told, they were telling me that they're actually, even though there was a cutoff, if you can get signed up and have your team play before the final night this week of Thursday, they will let you in.
Yeah.
There's no.
So if you're listening to this
there's
on
no
Wednesday,
discount. We have plenty of teams. There's no
Yeah.
like discounts or anything. So don't come in here saying, "Hey, those guys said you can come in here and you get a discount." No, you have to pay what everybody else paid.
Yeah.
But there's still an opportunity for you to sign up and play. You already see the number you got to beat on day one.
Yep. It's 9 under. 9
Yep.
under. Let's do it again next week, man.
I love it.
All right. Appreciate you guys listening. It's episode 310 of the Dad by Golf Pod. We're
Always
straight.
stroking.